getting after it and dancing and all that, but I have so much to cover in such a short amount of time. You guys had a good time this morning? Okay, great. Great. I want you to put some steel-toed boots on. Steel-toed shoes, ladies. Because I want to say a couple of things. I've been just kind of noticing some things throughout the weekend, and I literally have such a vision to create not only the biggest and best team in network marketing history, but also the nicest, kindest, wealthiest, most humble, gentle, yet aggressive people ever. How's that sound? So, just coming through the weekend, I just want to make mention of a couple of things because, sometimes, what they say about the truth? It hurts, but it also will set you free, right? And so the truth hurts, but it will set you free. And no organization will ever rise above the leadership lid of those in charge. And if you're in this room today in a team that has 87,000 people in it, and they aren't here and you are, guess what? We're in charge. So whether you're standing in the back, whether you're over there, whether you're way out in the corner back over there, guys, let me just tell you, those of us in this room that made it to Homecoming 2016, the very first one officially, we have a job to do, we have a responsibility. And so I got to just tell you, we have to raise the lid of leadership. And we have to understand this statement. For things to change, I must change. Say that. For things to change, I must change. For things to get better, I must get better. Say that. For things to get better, I must get better. Here's one we may not even think about much, but I promise you it's the most true of all three, and that is, for things to stay the same, I must get better. For things to stay the same, I must get better. What do I mean by that? Well, for some of us that have been in the tables here and enjoying diamond, enjoying blue diamond, enjoying green diamond and beyond, there's some people in this room. You met one of them yesterday, Miss Tiana. There's some people in this room that aren't complacent, that aren't kicking back and enjoying that incredible compensation plan. By the way, did Tim Tran just light the stage up? Gotta give it back to him. I did a video with Timothy Tran when he went Sapphire. We were floating around on, somewhere in the YouTube lifestyle channel. How many of y'all saw that video? I mean, he's a Sapphire and doing such a great job. But guys, let me just tell you, some of us have really enjoyed the benefits of this incredible compensation plan and kind of gotten a little complacent. And so for things to stay the same, you got to get better. Because there's some people coming up that we welcome to these tables, to the front, to the leadership, but it's going to shift. I said the other day in the Jade and Above training that literally there are some people that are right now, even today, right now, in the process of getting left behind. You may not know it, you may not understand it, you may not realize it, but you are. And I want that to sink in because this thing is moving. When wave 2 hits, it's going to be so explosive, so incredible. There are going to be, listen, you don't even know what's about to happen. We're going to move so quickly into stadiums, and it's going to get very different. And these leadership lids have to raise. Because no organization, Team Fusion, Kayani, your business, your team will never grow beyond the leadership lid of the one in charge. I'm watching last night at 1:30 in the morning in the lobby. I walk in the bathroom and there's trash everywhere. That's not Team Fusion. I'm looking in the lobby and I'm thinking, and as I'm walking to the room, going up the elevators, and I'm looking at some people in the lobby, and I'm like, what if right now on the way to wherever you're going, whether it's home or up to the hotel room, you ran into Kirk Hansen right now in this moment. And now was your moment at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning to be able to get that face-to-face with Mr. Hansen. How would you do? Would you pass that test? Would he feel like Team Fusion was in good hands? See, I had some of that on my mind today because I thought, we have to grow, guys. We have to grow. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. For things to remain the same, you have to get better. Is that good? I mean, I know it's tough to hear, but guys, we have $1 billion team to build. And I'm looking at yesterday about this time, every seat in the house was full. There's some empty seats. Are there some empty? Raise your hand if you have an empty seat beside you somewhere. Do you know on Friday I said, be the one to get the most out of this event. How many of you heard me say that? Some of you in the jade above? Do you know some of the people that raised their hand and said, I'm going to be the one to get the most, aren't even in the room 48 hours later?
Wow.
Somehow they missed it.
Dang.
Somehow they're in the almost. Almost was in the room. I almost heard Logan Kinghorn.
Dang.
But you know what? I drank a little too much last night. Had a headache. Moving a little slow this morning. Come on, y'all. We got to get better. Off topic. Linda, honey. Listen to me. Linda. How many of you don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, get on YouTube and look up Linda, honey, listen to me. You'll know what I'm talking about. The hidden truth about you and your business. I'm going to keep it real today, folks. And I have 16 minutes, and I will not go over my time because that's one of the things that leaders do. They understand their time, and they have respect for all the other leaders that are going to be on this stage. And so you've got to make sure that we got to get better. 16 minutes, the hidden truth about your business. 1, emotional intelligence, your EQ. See, most people are familiar with IQ, your intelligence quotient. But they're not familiar with the emotional quotient. What is that? But yet a high EQ will actually get you farther in life than a high IQ.
Ooh.
How many of you didn't finish school, didn't finish college? Davenport, probably one of the wealthiest men. Really? Didn't go to college, didn't finish college. So it's not an intelligence quotient, it's an emotional quotient. The emotional quotient consists of 3 things. The first one, victim versus responsibility. You have to take 100% responsibility for where you are in your life right now. Every single circumstance, everything that's happened to you, whatever happened in your past, whatever is going on, with all the drama in your life right now, your bills, your bank account, everything, you have to take 100% responsibility. You can't blame it on your upbringing. You can't blame it on, the fact that you had trauma. I guarantee you, if we really went through this room and we worked through issues, you're going to get some of that with Sean Stings in a minute.
Yeah.
I suggest you be in the room.
Yeah.
Because we can't do that. We can't. Because everything if this was the beginning, this is where you are right now, this is where we're headed. From here to here, when you take 100% ownership, this was revelation to me when I finally got it several years ago, because I had some trauma. We all do. When I finally got that, I realized that whatever that was, that issue, that rape, that abuse, that whatever it is, whatever happened to you, it no longer has control over you. When you take 100% ownership of it, then you can do something about it. You can move out of victim, take responsibility, and go to victory. Right? That's the first thing. Second thing, most of us, we live in that victim responsibility. We stay in victim mode. We blame our lack of success on anyone and everything but ourselves. Some of you right now are in the blame game. You're blaming it on your team. You're blaming it on the fact that you're in a market that no one's in. You guys don't. Y'all have James and Brandon in Dallas. Come on now. Listen, we're going to remain stuck in victim until you take 100% ownership. You step up and say, you know what? I don't care. This is my market, my town, my calling, my business, my team. I'm going to stop looking for a leader and become the leader.
Yes.
Number 2, self-awareness. Self-awareness. You know, this is a big deal. This is part of the emotional intelligence. Do you know how you really come across to other people? Do you really understand that what you're wearing speaks way louder than what you're saying? Ladies, what are you selling? Come on. This is a business meeting. Listen, hey, I get it. I mean, I understand. There's a lot of estrogen and a lot of testosterone in here. I got to tell you, there is a difference between dressing classy, sexy, and seductive. Okay? So, and I'm not just talking to the ladies. Come on, guys, you too. Do you offend people with your words? Speech. Your speech. I work on this all the time, too. I mean, every single one of these things, listen, I'm not doing this because these 3 pointing right back at me. Okay? Breath. If Kirk Hansen had smelled your breath at 2 o'clock in the morning, what would he have said? And I'm not talking about like lack of brushing your teeth. Some of you still reek of alcohol. It's coming out of your pores.
Ouch.
Come on. If you have cigarettes, smoke, guys, self-awareness.
It's a health company.
This is a health and wellness company. This is a nutraceutical company. Oh, you're representing Kayani with class and integrity. All right. Body language. Do you have the right body language? There's so many things I could get into in this. For lack of time, I'm going to keep moving. Guys, we got to hurry. Sustained motivation, number 3. How long are you willing to pursue your dreams? How long? Sustained motivation is part of that emotional quotient that says, you know what? I have to work more on myself constantly than I work on my business. I'm going to move myself into a different direction so that people will be attracted and want to follow me. When the why strong enough to create a sustained motivation. The why, we talk all the time about the why. You have to make the decision. It is not easy to change, is it not? You have to change. You got to manage the decision daily. Once you make the decision, many of you will make the decision, but it's managing it 37 days from now. Okay? Manage the decision. 1 year, are you willing to do it? 3 years. 5 years. How long are you willing to stay in sustained motivation in order to get this thing done? Set your family free. Okay? Is it worth the price that you have to continue to pay?
Yes.
I can promise you that it is.
Yes.
It is. What is your daily method of operation in order to get that thing done? Sustained motivation. All right? There are two states, empowered and disempowered. Only two. And we float in and out of both of those states all day long, every day. Empowered, to give authority or power to something, to authorize, entitle, permit, allow, license, commission, delegate, enable, or equip. To make someone stronger, more equipped, and more competent, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. To be empowered. Disempowered. To deprive a person of power or authority or influence, a state of being stripped of power. Do you ever feel like that outside forces are just stripping you of that? That everything that you felt, how many of you felt so empowered yesterday and you're already in a disempowered state today? For whatever reason. See, we float in and out of it all the time. So, you know what? How fast can you change your state? In a heartbeat. You can change it in a heartbeat. Have you ever been in a fight with your spouse? Like in a fight, and you're in a grocery store and you come around the corner and there's your pastor. Hi, how are you? I think you're awesome. Things are great. Instant change your state. In a heartbeat. So how do you change your state? Oh, I gotta hurry. Respond versus react. Change your thoughts. Change your words. Get physical. Go for a run. Yesterday, we exercised the law of vibration all day long yesterday, especially with Tim's story in the room. Everything is vibrating all the time. Quantum physics proves that. Thoughts are vibrating energy. When you have negative thoughts, when you choose negative thoughts, then you emit a negative vibration. This is why I said, when you get to an event like this, man, that's why we have to have them every 3 months, because you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof. You're vibrating on a different frequency. And people will come, and people that didn't say yes to you a week ago are like, man, and it's because you're moving at a different level.
Yeah.
Tim's story yesterday, prime example. Oh, he could do it, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Come on now, somebody. He had everybody up on their feet. He was absolutely empowering you. And he tapped into the power of unity over and over and over. When a group of people are all vibrating on the same frequency in unity, magic happens. Utmost happens. The power of unity is one of the 3 foundational truths of Team Fusion. Definition of unity. Take a picture of it. State of being united or combined into one. As parts of the whole. Okay. Absence of diversity, unvaried or uniform character is among a number of persons, harmony and agreement. That's unity. Some of us need to get unified in here. We're family. Some of you guys aren't treating each other like family, especially when we open the doors and you're trampling people to get in here. Is there a bad seat in this house, really? Come on now. Totally unnecessary and Team Fusion-like conduct, guys. Get in unity. Loyalty, the second part of Team Fusion. Foundational truths. The state of being faithful or commitments to obligations. Allegiance. Loyalty. Do not look to the left. Do not look to the right. There is no better company. There is no better product. There is no better founders. There is no better team. There is no better timing. There is no better anything. Guys, stay loyal for just a little bit. Stay loyal. Have a little sustained motivation. Give yourself time to walk through the process. Edification, state of being faithful to commitments and obligations. Building up of the soul, improvement of the mind and understanding, moral or intellectual instruction or improvement of someone or something, edifying all the time, Loyalty, say it, loyalty. Unity. Edification. Say it again, loyalty. With me, unity. Edification. Get on your feet. Let's exercise the law of vibration right now. Many of you a year ago heard me talk a little bit about Maximus, the gladiator. Some of you remember Some of you remember. I love the story of the gladiator. Russell Crowe is posing as a gladiator when he's really a general. He's really a general in an army. He has so much training and so much experience. He's really a general. But because of his circumstances, he is having to dial down and put himself through a process. And yet he's really a general. And they find themselves just about 6 or 7 gladiators in an arena about to be slaughtered. And so he's telling the guys, listen, have you ever served in the army? Have you ever served? All right, listen, what we're going to... And he knows that chariots are about to open through the gates and come and slaughter these guys. They're just standing there, and they have all these chariots coming at them. And he says, listen, we will accomplish so much more if we come together, if we are in unity. And he says, do you understand what and so what they do is they form a Roman tortoise. And what that is they come together and they get all their shields out and they lock their shields facing out. What that does, these gladiators come together as one, come together, and they lock their shields. Check this out. And all of a sudden, the arrows and the spears and stuff that are just bouncing off because they're all like wadded together, back to back, shields facing out. In unity. Here's what happened. He says, now, listen, on my command, when I say as one, flip your shield. When he says jagged diamond, they did that. As one, they flipped their shields and began to flip the chariots. Beautiful movie. Such incredible rhetoric, and the whole philosophy, the whole thing fits this so perfectly. So guys, let me show you what happens when you get in unity. On 3, we're going to say as one. I want you to get in unity. I want you to get loyal to this company, to these founders, to their vision. I want you to get loyal to Mr. Davenport's vision of doing 50 million in sales by September and beyond. I want you to get unified, loyal. Are you ready?
Yep.
On 3. Spread your legs out a little bit. Square your shoulders. Give yourself some room. Let's do this. Raise your right hand. Don't hit anybody. This is between you, your goal, your calling, your dream, your business, your family, your financial future, your why. And what we do, something happens when you cross like that. When you cross that, because it's like almost just getting rid of the objections, getting rid of the adversity. Watch what happens. It's almost like flipping your shield. Jagged diamond. On 3, I want you to do it loud as you can do it. I want you to do it sharp, like this, as one. On 3, we're gonna get ready, and I don't want you to go as one. No, listen, like this. Let me show you. As one, just like that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. As one.